I'm going to begin to ground down into the tailbone. So I want you to take a moment, wiggle around a little bit if you need to. Really connect those sit bones into the floor. I want you to breathe. Deep breath, inhaling and exhaling. Allow it to fill the body, to flow through you. Feel yourself becoming more centered as you shift in your body. Allowing the shoulders, the hips, the head, all to come into alignment. Feel the spine growing longer as the navel draws in, supporting you, giving you that ability to lengthen. So let the crown of the head rise up. Feeling your body becoming more strong and more stable in your seat. And as we do this, let's take a moment to release any tension. So let's start by taking the shoulders and rolling them up to the ears and down the chest. And we'll do that a few times, up to the ears and then forward down the chest. Just letting go of any tension you might have in those shoulders. Continuing with that deep, steady breathing, allowing it to grow even deeper with each breath. And then we can change direction up to the ears and down the spine. Again, releasing any tension between those shoulder blades, up in the shoulders. Make a full rotation. Don't let yourself be stiff here. Really move. And then coming to center, relaxing those shoulders. Let's take the head and just turn it side to side a few times, shaking it no. Take your time here. And then coming to center, shake the head yes a few times. All the way up and down. Bring the chin down to the chest and then chin up to the ceiling. Don't let your head just flop back though when you look up. Stay in control. And then coming to center when you're ready. You're going to take the head and roll it in a big circle in one direction a couple of times. Really work out any last kinks that are sitting up in the neck, into the tops of the shoulders. And then you can rotate the other way whenever you feel ready. Good, and then coming to center, sit up tall. Let's take a great big inhale, bring the arms all the way up to the sky. And then exhale, bring them back down alongside of you. Really reach out through the fingertips. Again, big inhale all the way up to the sky. And exhale all the way back down. And one more time, big inhale all the way up. And exhale all the way back down. This time you're going to inhale all the way back up and hold. Hold for a moment, really reach, extend through that torso. Feel that navel drawing in, supporting you. And then on an exhale, fold forward, walk the hands away and relax to gravity. And we'll take a few deep breaths here. As you inhale, gently walk yourself back up to a tall seat and cross your legs the opposite way. Okay. So again, sitting up tall, taking a moment to center yourself, to breathe. On an inhale, you're going to bring your arms back up to the sky, reaching up as tall as you can. On the exhale, we're going to twist, bring opposite hand to knee, back arm supporting you like a second spine. Just take a moment to breathe into this twist. Bring out your upper body. And then big inhale back to center, reaching up to the sky. And exhale over to the other side. And again, taking your time here, wringing out the body, deep breathing. On an inhale, come back to center, reach all the way back up. From here, take one hand down to the side, inhale up and over with the other, extending through those ribs, allowing them to separate, breathing into them. And then big inhale back to center, reaching all the way up. Bring the opposite hand down, and then again, a big inhale up and over. Deep breathing as you extend, opening the ribs, and again, send the breath there. On inhale, return to center, reaching all the way back up. And let's exhale, folding forward. We're going to walk those hands away and relax to gravity, taking a few deep breaths. On inhale, let's walk all the way back up to a tall seat. From here, we're going to take the soles of the feet together into Baddha Konasana. And let's just take a moment to allow those hips to open. Feel the thighs releasing, maybe wiggling the seat a little bit. A few deep breaths down into those hips, into the inner thighs. From here, let's take the hands out to the knees. I'm just going to loosen up that lower spine and the hips. So when you're ready, on exhale, pull yourself back, pulling in the navel, pulling in the chest, and move over to one side. Then as you inhale, move around the front, pressing your chest across the front. And then exhale, pull your chest around the back. And then again, inhale, pressing the chest out across the front. Exhale, pull it all in, around the back. And just do that a few more times in this direction, beginning to loosen up. Ooh, excuse me. Now, halfway through your next inhale, you're going to change your direction. So again, we're inhaling across the front, exhaling across the back, really being guided by the chest so that we stretch out as much of the spine as possible and feel that opening throughout the hips. And maybe one more time around. And then on an inhale, you'll come back to center, sitting up tall. We'll slide our hands down to the ankles when you're ready. Take a deep breath, and on an exhale, fold forward, relax to gravity, and take a few deep breaths here. On inhale, you're going to come all the way back up. Bring those knees into the chest, give them a hug. And then we're going to come to our hands and knees in tabletop. So as you come into tabletop, make sure those wrists come beneath the shoulders, knees beneath your hips. You want to take your time here. Make sure that you're planted firmly into the ground. Make sure that core is nice and strong, pulling in and up. The spine is long. And when you feel ready, you'll take a deep breath in. And on an exhale, you're going to lift the spine, tucking under tailbone and chin. Then a big inhale as you open belly, chest, and tailbone, letting the back sway. Again, the exhale will bring you into cat pose as you lift high, arching the back, feeling the navel activate. And then as you inhale, open belly, chest, and tailbone, coming to that cow pose. And just keep on going with your own breath through cat-cow. Exhaling into cat, pulling it all in, strengthening and stretching up. Inhaling into cow as you release and open. On your next exhale, you're going to come all the way back to child's pose. Hips to the heels, belly to the thighs, head towards the floor. Just take a few deep breaths here. You want to wiggle into those hips, get deep towards those heels. Massage the belly against the thighs by rocking and breathing deep. And let the head be heavy. It doesn't have to touch the floor, but let the neck elongate through the back. On inhale, return to center, nice flat back table. Tuck under your toes and gently lift your hips up for downward dog and pedal out those feet. Begin getting a good stretch all through the back of your body. Make sure to open those shoulders, activate the chest muscles. Press through the whole palm, not just your wrist. And when you feel ready, you can begin to walk the feet up to meet your hands in a forward bend. Take a moment here. Bend the knees, looking towards them, let the head become heavy. Maybe shake the head yes and no a few times if that feels good for you. If you're feeling a little tension in the shoulders, maybe shake out the arms. Whatever feels good right now, just get your stretch. And then when you feel prepared, you're going to bend your knees. Let the head stay heavy as you inhale, roll up one vertebrae at a time. Use those core muscles to pull you up. And come all the way up to mountain pose. So planting down into those feet, make sure that the feet are right beneath those hips, not necessarily together. Lift through the legs, engage your core, relax the shoulders back and down as the fingertips reach for the floor, and close your eyes for a moment. We're going to be flowing between warrior poses. So we really want to connect here. We want to feel that connection with the feet on the ground, the whole foot. We want to feel the connection with those legs as they are strong, lifting up, supporting us. Feel the connection with the core as it balances us. And feel that chest rising. Don't let it cave in. Don't let it come forward. We need to keep our balance as we move through the poses, which means lifting up, not falling forward. Opening the eyes now. Big inhale, take the arms up to the sky. Once you get there, bend your knees and exhale forward, swan diving down to the ground. As you inhale, look halfway up, taking the hands to shins or thighs. And then exhale, fold forward. Then again, inhale, look halfway up, hands to shins or thighs. And exhale, fold forward. And one more time, inhale, look halfway up. And exhale, fold forward. From here, you're going to take your right leg, step it all the way back to a lunge. Then exhale back to downward dog. On an inhale, come forward to a plank. Knees can be up or down. Then exhale, lower the body, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Untuck those toes and inhale, roll the shoulders back and down. Come to your cobra and enjoy it for a few breaths. Any height that feels good to you. On exhale, lower back to the floor and tuck back for your child's pose. As you inhale, you're going to come to your flat back table. Tuck under your toes and lift to downward facing dog. Again, we're just going to hold for a moment. Find that strength through your core. Lift up through those hips high. And then when you're ready, big inhale, take your right leg. Bring it forward all the way up to the hands. If it doesn't reach, grab it and pull it up. And we're just going to plant down in this lunge. So the foot is flat, the right knee is right over your right ankle. You're pressing through your back heel. When you feel ready, take your left foot, turn your foot so it's parallel with the back of your mat. Then if you need to hold onto your right knee, you can to lift up, or inhale, cartwheel up, coming to warrior two. In warrior two, make sure that you can see your big right toe. Your thighs are drawing in towards each other to support you. Your core is strong. Shoulders are relaxed, arms extended out, gaze is over the front right hand. Deep breathing here. As you inhale, take your right hand, lift it up. The left hand comes to the thigh. Reach for the sky. Deep breathing as those legs are strong, the thighs are supporting you, the core is keeping you balanced. Then from here, take the right hand down to the thigh, elbow rests against the thigh. Left arm sweeps down and around and ends by the ear, pinky facing down, palm facing you, and extending through the side angle. As you inhale, return to warrior two. From here, take your hands to wherever you feel balanced. Mine's my hips. You're going to pivot on your left foot and come to a lunge. So take your time, squeeze the inner thighs and turn your body, coming back to a high lunge. From here, you're going to lean into that right foot. Slide your left foot to meet your right. Don't put all your weight onto it though. Then bring it through and up to a stork. And we're going to hold for just a moment in stork. Foot is flexed, core is strong, base leg is strong, the gaze is forward. Then when you're ready, take your left foot, step it back, place it all the way down. So we're not in a lunge, we're just in a big V with our legs. All toes pointing forward. Feet are separate, they're not stacked behind each other, they're apart. Take those hips, square them with the top of your mat. Squeezing the inner thighs, then you're going to bend into your right knee. Not too far, we're not going past the toes or anything. Still squeezing those inner thighs, lifting up through the core. Start arching back a little bit. You want to feel your belly, your chest, your ribs opening and pull your shoulders back. Bring your gaze up to the top corner of your room. And you can hold right here. This is fine. If you want to, you can bring your arms to any level that works for you for warrior one. And just hold deep breathing. From warrior one, again, if you want to take your hands down for balance, feel free to do so. You're going to shift your weight back into your right foot. Bring all your weight into it as you stand tall. Left leg is still behind you, leaning tiny bit forward. This is warrior three. As long as your head and your heel are in alignment, you're in warrior three. You can choose to stay here. You can choose to pendulum forward a little bit to any level that feels good to you and hold. If it's in your practice, you can bring your arms overhead. I'm going to keep mine here today. When you're ready to come out of warrior three, bring that foot down. We're going to return to stork. So balance, slide the foot through, lift those toes up and lift. Then bring that left foot down beside your right foot and return to mountain pose. And just take a few deep breaths here in your mountain pose. When you're ready, inhale, bring the arms up to the sky. Bend your knees, exhale, swan dive forward. As you inhale, look halfway up, hands to shins or thighs. Exhale, fold forward. Again, inhale, look halfway up, hands to shins or thighs. Exhale, fold forward, make sure those knees are bent. And then inhale up one more time, halfway. And exhale, fold forward. From here, we're going to take our left leg, bring it all the way back to lunge. On an exhale, take the right foot back to downward facing dog. Lift those hips high, strong core. And then on inhale, come to your plank. Knees can be up or down. As you exhale, lower to the ground, however you need to get there. Untuck your toes and inhale, roll the shoulders back and down, coming to that cobra. And again, enjoy it for a few moments at any level that feels good to you. As you exhale, lower to the floor and tuck back for child's pose. Let's take a deep breath here. As you inhale, return to your flat back table. Tuck under your toes and let's lift to downward dog. And again, we're going to hold for just a moment. Pressing through those heels, lifting those hips high, strong core. On an inhale, take your left leg, bring it all the way through up to the hands, coming into that lunge. And again, if your foot doesn't make it, you can grab on and walk it up. Now we're holding this lunge, the knees right over the ankle on the left side. You're pressing back through your right heel, stretching. When you're ready, turn your right foot so it becomes parallel with the back of your mat. And again, you can use your knee to get up, or you can inhale, cartwheel up to warrior two. Now, once again, in warrior two, the shoulders are relaxed and down, they're not tense. You can see your left toe, the knee is bent and open. Pressing through the back foot, squeezing the inner thighs towards each other, lifting through the torso, looking over that left hand if you can, and deep breathing. As you inhale, take your left hand up to the sky, right hand to thigh, peaceful warrior. And extend, and again, we're extending up through that left arm, trying to touch the ceiling. Strong base as we stay balanced. On exhale, take that left elbow to the left thigh. Take your right arm, sweep it down and around and end by the ear. Pinky facing down, palm facing you. Deep breathing through side angle. As you inhale, come back to your warrior two. You're then going to pivot on that right foot. Again, hands can come to wherever you have balance. Turning to that lunge. From your lunge, place the weight into your left foot, lean forward. Begin to slide your right foot up to meet your left. Then when you're ready, lift those toes and come to stork. Strong core, strong legs, lifting up through that chest. Toes are flipped up on that right foot. When you're ready, take your right foot, step it behind you, and place the whole foot down. Again, we're not in a lunge, just a big triangle. Take those hips, square them at the top of the mat, and make sure that your feet are pointing forward and they're separated. You don't want them stacked behind each other, you want them apart. When you feel strong here, bend into your left knee, just enough to activate it. Make sure the hips are squared, thighs are strong. Take the shoulders, roll them back, open the belly, the chest, the ribs, and look up towards the top corner of your ceiling. Now, if it's in your practice and you feel comfortable, bring the arms to any position that works for you. Holding warrior one, deep breathing, strong thighs, strong core. When you feel good, take the hands down to wherever you need. Put the weight into that left foot, lean forward. Slide your right foot to meet your left. And then when you're ready, flip the toes up. Return to stork and hold, deep breathing. From here, take that right foot down to the ground and return to that mountain pose. Take a moment to wiggle out the hips if you need to, or anything that feels good to you. As you inhale, bring the arms back up to the sky. And then from here, you're going to exhale, swan dive into that forward bend, bent knees. Little extra bend in the knees this time. Let that head become heavy. Then you're going to hug your elbows gently, letting the arms become weights for your back to stretch the spine even more. And if you feel comfortable bending one knee a little deeper than the other, letting yourself sway a bit, letting the arms be weights to guide your spine into that deep stretch. And whatever way you're holding your arms, just cross them the opposite like we do our legs. Slightly different stretch here. Good, and then coming to center, hands back down to the ground. Bend your knees a little bit deeper now, and then you're going to walk back 1 foot at a time, tiptoeing your way back to your downward facing dog. Once you're there, I want you to just kind of rock your hips side to side. Stretch out the sides of the hips. Stretch out the obliques. Feel that core lifting you. Maybe get the shoulders to rock a little bit, starting to just stretch out. Deep breathing here. And then from here, you're going to bring the knees down to the ground. Open them as wide apart as your mat. And then sitting back into those heels, let's take a wide-legged child's pose. As you inhale, return to that flat back table. Bring the knees towards each other. Now we're going to go through just one cat bow. So as you exhale, tuck under into that cat pose all the way back to child's pose. And really make this count. Drop to your elbows. Slowly roll through the arms. Really roll that back. Stretch the spine all the way back up as slow as you can. And then return all the way back to child's pose. And let's hold for just a few moments. Deep breathing. And when you're ready, come back to a flat back table. You're going to gently turn and come to a seated position. And you can bring your knees right into your chest and give them a great big hug. When you feel good here, you're going to lay back one vertebrae at a time, all the way down to the ground. And once you're there, let's walk the feet as close to our bodies as we can. So planting down into the feet, arms come alongside of you, palms down on the ground. And when you're ready, pressing firmly, you're going to squeeze your core, squeeze your glutes and thighs, begin to lift your hips up. Once your hips are off the ground, begin to walk your shoulders underneath you. So your weight is in the backs of your arms. If you'd like to, you can even clasp your hands beneath you or just keep your palms down. And then when you're ready, you're going to press into your feet and bring your chest towards your chin, keeping your thighs towards each other. Don't let them splay apart. I'm just going to hold this for a few deep breaths to the best of your ability. When you're ready, slowly loosen up on the pushing up the chest towards the chin. Walk your shoulders out from underneath you. Keep your core tucked in. The hips are still slightly off the ground. Tuck that tailbone up as high as you can. Pull your belly in. And then lower one vertebrae at a time down to the floor. From there, bring those knees in towards your chest. Give them a hug. Then with the hands on tops of your knees, let's roll your knees in a circle in one direction together a couple of times. And then we're going to go the opposite way, big circles. And then coming back to center, hug the knees in. Let's rock side to side a few times. Massage out your back. From here, come to center and take the soles of the feet down to the floor. Open them as wide apart as your mat. And let's do some windshield wipers. Let the knees fall side to side. Coming to center now, you're going to take a big full body stretch, extending arms and legs away from each other. You can rotate your wrists and ankles in each direction a couple of times while you're here. And then from here, I want you to bring those arms down alongside of you. Face your palms up, wiggle out, get comfortable for a moment. We're going to take a few releasing breaths. So you have two different options here. You're going to breathe in, and when you breathe out, you can either do a regular, just sighing exhale, or if you need something a little more powerful, you can do lion's breath, where you really open the mouth, stick your tongue down to your chin, and let out a nice, hot, forceful breath. So either a sigh or a lion's breath. Either one is good for you. I'm going to do a lion's breath today. So whenever you're ready, big inhale in, and we're going to hold. And release when you're ready. Again, big inhale in. Hold. Release when you're ready. One more time, big breath in. Holding. Releasing. And just take a few deep breaths, and if you need any other stretches right now, let your body guide you through them. Make sure to listen to your body. Allow it to move in any way that it needs so that you might become comfortable and be able to rest for your Shavasana. So just take a few moments now to do that, and then find a comfortable position for your Shavasana. Beginning now to relax into the ground, finding comfort in your pose, connecting with the breath, connecting with the body. I want you to begin to go within, feeling the movements, the rhythm within you. Going deeper, going deeper. I'm beginning to connect with that inner fire that burns within us. That energy, that spark that motivates us, that drives us. I want you to connect with that spark, connect with that motivation. I want you to let it grow. Let the flames grow brighter. Let it grow hotter. Allow it to give you the energy that you need to move throughout your day, to move throughout this month. Connect with that lion energy of stability, of strength, of power, and of patience. Allow yourself to develop in all of these areas, to connect with that power, to be patient with it, to know when to use it. Slowly begin to bring your awareness back into the space, back into your breath, back into your body. Begin to wiggle fingers and toes, hands and feet, arms and legs. And taking the final stretches, the time that your body needs. Whenever you do feel ready, you can roll to your right side in the fetal position, and then return to a tall seat with your eyes closed. taking our hands to our heart. I'd like to thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you feel strong. I hope you feel balanced. And I hope you feel connected. So, love and gratitude. The light within me bows to the light within you. Namaste.